Good afternoon, and welcome in to another Titan Talk. And this will be the final Titan Talk of 2026, officially.
I was thinking about doing a show on Monday, but I was like, everybody's going to be on vacation. It's going to be a ghost town in here, and I don't think anybody's going to watch because I think people our viewers, I think, will also not be around on Monday. So I was like, I think we'll call it here. I think this will be the last show for the year. But it's been a great year. I really appreciate everybody who's joined us in chat, watched for sure. Live or on YouTube or whatever.
Even if you didn't catch it live, just catching the VODs or something and giving feedback has always been really useful.
It's been. We didn't really know what we were getting into when we started this Titan Talk thing, but it's been a really good experience, and I really do appreciate everybody.
Excuse me, I've got a really dry throat. So still got come
Dude, I'm going to be coughing nonstop because I just competed in the chicken roulette. So
yeah, you can tell people about that.
Yeah. So
actually, before you do that, so we can go back to it, I do want to say real quick, we're about to do the art competition for the winners for the Yulefest art competition. Here's a little look at the website right now. You can head over to smiteprime.com. The voting actually closes in 15 minutes. I kind of messed up last show and said it was closing, but it's going to close live on this show, and we're going to come back to this in about 15-20 minutes time and look at the top 5 winners and just discuss them. We were hoping to get an artist on. Unfortunately, due to the time constraints and stuff, it's just not been possible. However, let's go back to roulette while people check that out. Chicken roulette.
So we had a new lunch option today, which was a hot chicken place. And most of us just, ordered some hot chicken of a reasonable spice level and ate our lunch and got on with things. But someone decided that it would be a fun idea to play a game called Chicken Roulette, where they ordered basically one of every spice level of the chicken and then cut it up into small pieces and mixed it up so you wouldn't know what level of chicken hotness you were getting. And some people got the Reaper hot level chicken.
Nice.
And acted as though they were being murdered. It was quite hysterical. I just got some normal spicy chicken. It was fine. I eat spicy chicken a lot, so
standard spice, nothing too crazy.
I don't know what spice level it was, but it was not the Reaper level. I don't think.
I've done enough.
Unless I just have I'm very good about eating spice.
I was gonna say I've done enough charity events through the years, and have witnessed and dealt with a lot of things. I try and avoid that, especially if I'm gonna jump on air and start talking again. You should always be somebody, I guess, in something. So I was avoiding it.
It was fun. It was boneless chicken. It was tenders.
Chicken tendies.
I think they were from Dave's Hot Chicken. This is not a sponsor, but
might as well be at this point.
Yeah. Anyway, it was fun.
One thing to mention as well, I guess you may have noticed there's some new candles on the desk.
Oh yeah, we do have new candles.
Try and show them off a little bit for a second.
Okay. So do you want
to?
No,
go ahead. Go ahead.
I have the camera look. I think
you do. I can. You can use the camera. I guess you use that one. If that works. Okay. If you lean it over Manny, is what I was going to say.
Oh, I can do that.
That's worse. Oh no, that's not working either. I'm crazy.
See, it's not going to focus if I do this. See.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Whichever way you think is best.
So,
however,
these are from Celestial Wix, which is celestialwix.shop. They are a official community merch partner. So you too can be an official community merch partner if you want to make officially Smite branded merchandise. Just
can indeed.
Send us an email.
Reach out to us.
It's pretty easy.
I'll be real. It'll get updated later on early on next year, where I'll make it a little bit easier for the application. But anyway, carry on.
Yeah. So these are all scents inspired by Smite, I guess. And we were given 4 new ones.
We were sent by Luna Gravity, one of our Smite Game streamers, and ambassadors too. Which flavors did you get? Flavors. I want to say flavors the whole time.
I don't know. I got this is very in keeping with our newest release. We have Skyfall for Newt.
Oh, just released.
Yeah.
Lovely. Is it on this page? It might not be. Nope. It might not be labeled yet. But Newt. Yep.
Newt Skyfall. It is tart plum and bubbly grape.
Okay.
Which I would describe as. To me, it's kind of like a blueberry bubble gum is how I would describe it. I like it.
Okay. I know this one's on there.
Yeah, we do have Yellow Snow. That one
smells better than it sounds. That's
what
I will say about that.
It is vibrant citrus with a hint of sweet vanilla cream. And I would say it smells like lemon vanilla. It's the best way I would describe it.
Lemon vanilla.
Yeah.
What else have you got?
We have
Don't trust Geb's Yellow Snow. That's true.
Pumpkin spice.
This one, right? Discordia.
Yeah, Discordia.
There you go.
This is toasted pumpkin with cinnamon and nutmeg with hints of clove.
Very wintry.
Ooh, I like this one a lot. There's a lot of winter scents that I'm like, they're too intense.
They're too potent. Yeah.
But this one, this is good. This is I would rock this one in my house.
Okay.
And then lastly, we have
what's this?
Fenrir Hot Cocoa.
Hot Cocoa Fenrir.
With for the Wreck the Halls.
There he is.
Yeah.
Hot Cocoa Fenrir.
Yeah. And this is it smells like hot cocoa. Yeah, it smells like
would be
chocolate
crazy
with
if it was named
marshmallows.
so that it didn't smell
I don't know
like
how
it.
something can smell like marshmallows. I don't think of marshmallows like if I picked up a marshmallow, I wouldn't be like, this is a thing that has a scent, but this smells like hot chocolate and marshmallows.
Okay.
They're not edible. They are, however, good smelling. And apparently there's a holiday sale on, according to that thing at the top. I don't know. Maybe that's an old scrolling thing.
What happens here? It's a sale. I don't know, but this is celestialwicks.shop. If you head over there, you can find all these candles. Yeah. Additionally, other sale stuff, I guess, mentioned it. I've got a little tab there.
Yeah.
SMITE 2 stuff is on sale.
Yeah, so the Steam Winter Sale is live if you are a Steam user. And the Founders Editions are on sale. As of late yesterday afternoon, the upgrade packs are also on sale in game. So if you currently have a Founders Edition and want to upgrade it to the Ultimate Founders Edition to get all the Ascension Passes included, you can do that in game, and that's on sale as well. If you're a console player, stay tuned. We usually align these sales to when the console sales start.
So that's soon, I guess.
So when the consoles do their seasonal sales, I would expect you would see the editions included in those as well.
Yeah.
So, and I can't say exactly when they start because I think that's not allowed because, of the way that rules work.
That's fair.
But if you've been on the fence about picking up a Founders Edition, it's a great time to do it.
Head over there. Oh, what else do we have to mention? Worshippers. Obviously, it's the holiday season. Everybody asks about worshippers. We will have a worshipper event. 2 times worshippers will be over during the Christmas period. Don't have exact dates. I do believe we'll probably be starting them on the 23rd of December. However, when they expire, probably before New Year, maybe after New Year. I'll give you more updates a little bit later on. Keep an eye on social media for that. But 2 times worshippers starting on the 23rd of December is the plan. So
celebrate the season and play some Smite.
Can you mention what you are doing for the rest of the year? What I'm doing, I am actually going to take some time off. I've not planned anything yet. I am prepared for Christmas.
Okay.
I have wrapped my gifts for my wife. That's fixed.
Yeah.
My mother and family are in Australia because my sister lives in Australia, so don't have to worry about seeing them, and they'll have Christmas the day before. Maybe just being merry.
Nice.
For a change,
That sounds good.
Sarcastic Hindu, man. Being merry. It'll be the same as usual, I guess.
Yeah.
But, we'll see. Maybe play some Smite, although that's just a weird thing to say. I'm taking
just
time
for
off work
Smite.
to play. It's never the
It's
case,
weird.
though.
It's
It's hard to jump in a game and go, well, I guess I need to go and report this bug or report this person. It happens. But that's my rough plan. What about you? You got the young family and stuff too.
Mostly just around the house with the kiddos, and my parents are around, so go see them a little bit. Saw my wife's family last weekend, so we'll see them again in the new year. The thing I am most vaguely concerned about at the moment, though, I have a vacation planned for January. Like towards the end of January, and it's a cruise. Which sounds fun, right? Nice little vacation.
Where?
It goes to Curacao and Aruba.
Okay.
Which are 2 islands that are about 15 miles off the coast of Venezuela.
Gotcha.
So I'm not sure that that's actually going to happen at this point.
Keep it out of the media,
But
I guess is what I'm saying.
I'll stay tuned to the news, and I may not go on vacation. We'll see.
Okay. I was thinking also, isn't it around this time that it gets really heavy on the tornadoes and hurricanes?
I think that's later in the year.
Is that later in the year?
Okay. Yeah.
I always get confused on that. I just know it happens quite often down in that area as well.
So,
some books in chat.
Yeah, they're beautiful islands, but we'll see if I am blockaded away from going there. But we'll see. When in January will we be back? I don't know the exact date, but after New Year's. So I think it's like the 3rd or the 5th probably.
We need to confirm, me and Alex for sure. Sorry, me and
Yeah.
Kilgoon for sure. But I believe the first Titan Talk that would technically be scheduled is the 2nd, which is a Friday.
The 2nd, yeah.
However, it
but
would be
that might
the
not be
first day back in office.
Yeah, maybe it'll be the
Potentially.
weekend, the week after that. Maybe
So,
the Monday after
yeah,
that. I would
expect us around the 5th of Jan.
5th
Is
of
what
Jan.
we'll say.
Sounds great to me.
Just mainly because I expect we're going to get straight back in after New Year, catch up on everything where people will be taking breaks, get ourselves aligned again before we start going, hey, how are you all doing? Because otherwise everyone will be like, it's on fire everywhere.
Yeah.
We've got so many things going on. So expect January 5th.
Yeah, January 5th should be great. For the first Titan Talk of 2026, do a roundtable, a larger show, and a recap of 2025.
What do we mean by larger table? Do we mean just having more devs on to sit here and go, yep, we did that? I mean, that's what I'm asking when people talk about, doing a large round table or something. It's not something we can't technically do, but it's just more, I mean, to be honest, we can limit to 4 based off this room. But also, like, what do you expect from that is kind of the question, really. Because I think it's just all sit around going, yeah, we produced nut in Christmas.
Yeah, just they're saying more like 4 or 5 people. Yeah, I mean, we could squeeze
Okay.
in. I could scooch all the way over here.
Maybe make it work. Share a microphone too. Yeah. What was I going to say about that? Yeah, obviously, Geb, I forgot to mention, speaking of random stuff we did, Geb came out today.
Yeah,
Aspect.
Geb Aspect is out today.
I saw Zapman put out a tweet, kind of positive for a change again, so I'm not so sure. He
Yeah,
said,
El
"It
Leon
seems
had a
good.
tweet
It
saying
seems
that
good."
being positive about the game.
Yeah,
So
well, he could make a play and get a clip, but that's everybody's individual. However,
it's
like,
been
Geb
good to
Aspect
see
is
some
out.
some positivity in the community. I will say. I think that people are generally happy about the current direction of things. So.
For now.
Are we all not streaming on YouTube? Yeah, that broke a long time ago.
Yeah,
and
we will
not
get back
fixed
to it. It is a goal for next year to try and get back to getting ourselves back on YouTube regularly for the live shows. However, all these shows are already back up and live consistently.
Yeah, we used to have like a piece of tech that like connected it so that we could stream to multiple locations at once. That broke. We need to get it fixed, and it just has been not the top priority as we sort through all the many things that have gone on in life.
Will you have the technology to give us your year in SMITE for the next year in 2026, Kilgoon?
It's not a tech. Well, it's kind of a technology thing.
Some of it is. Yeah.
So if we were just trying to do a like an email, right? That would be relatively easy.
Sure.
Right? We have stats on what you've done. I'm not saying we could snap our fingers and do it. It would be time invested that would take away development time from something else that we would be doing, but relatively easy. The video one that we did a couple years ago, that was a tremendous undertaking from multiple departments because we had to make basically a different video thing for each step of the journey, for each of the different outcomes that you could possibly have, and we had to work with a third party to serve that, and like that was just a lot of work for the number of people that looked at it and then went on to share it. I would say that it did not drive as much positive impact for the game as we had hoped based on the amount of money that we put into doing it. So yeah.
What if it was someone just from Fiverr going, whoa, you did that? For all the people that play, that's crazy. It's a lot of accounts.
$5 per person. That's a lot.
Person.
Yeah.
Does that up? Does that up?
Yeah, I mean, maybe we could do something like that next year, like just more of like a page you could screenshot or something.
I'm waiting like 2 minutes is what I'm waiting for the art show to hopefully end.
Did I see the post on Reddit about post-game screens? Yeah, I saw a couple people talking about it since we talked about it on the last show. And most people are like, yeah, there's a lot that we could do to make it better. Was kind of and there was some feedback that was, largely in line with stuff that we know.
Yeah.
I would say that like, it's one of those things that is on our radar to do. It's just a bigger arc of work to do. But yeah, I mean, things like, having a rating for your performance and having how you compare with other players and having the MVP and having, play the game is actually really hard. It's probably not play the game. And I don't think it really makes as much sense in our kind of a game because it's really hard to define what a play of the game is.
Yeah, I mean, you're hitting a 5-man ult potentially could be, but then I feel like a lot of games that have play of the game have awkwardnesses to it where you might get one good play.
But I have like a deck where I break down like the Animatch lobby sequence for like every major game in the space and what they do. And there's basically a number of consistent things that make a lot of sense. There's a couple of games that try some different things that I think either add something to the flow or maybe take it away. You want to see a crazy one? I don't know if you've played. Have you played the new Delta Force from Tencent?
No.
It is like the systems in that game are just like, man. They know what they're doing.
Maybe I have actually.
It's
Delta Force rings a bell.
It's it was free to play. It's vaguely Battlefield-ish. Yeah.
I have played a little bit of it. Yeah,
Dude, their end of match sequence is like
UI stuff and
it's
everything.
like you got like 18 different things that you're leveling up. It's crazy.
Okay, the art competition has closed. How am I supposed to break these apart? Goodness. Okay. Well, we're going to do the top 6 and I'll fix it from there because there's 2 tied at 5th with the same amount of votes, I guess. Give me a second. This was not.
We were originally supposed to have Ben on the show.
We were, unfortunately, but Ben got tied up trying to finish things off before the Christmas break. Kind of double booked himself some. It happens. We did try and reach out to 1 or 2 others, but everybody else was also in the same sort of boat, so it's just the 3 of us.
And we'll try and get Ben on for a show in the new year to talk art stuff with the people that love talking art stuff with him. Sorry that didn't work out. You know, he had said he was going to do it, and then it was just like, oh wait, it's right before Christmas. There's a lot of stuff that we got to get done. So
okay, well, I'll bring this up real quick, and I'm going to try and do this the correct way. Hopefully, this might be a mess, but we'll see. The pricing for this, by the way, was 5,000 diamonds for the first place, 2,000 diamonds for second place. Third to fifth was going to get 1,000 diamonds. But you know what I'm going to do? There is actually 6 because 3 of them are tied at 5th, so I'm going to give out an additional 1,000 diamonds to the 6th place person.
Do I look like I'm made of diamonds? What are we doing here?
No, we're not. But I mean, listen, if you want to let me go after this, I understand it. At least let me take my PTO first of all, please. Okay, so we're going to start things off. I'm trying not to cheat, but it's too late. I'm already showing it. I believe this one is the first one, Holikate.
Okay.
So Holikate in 6th place, tied 6th, 5th place.
I like it. Kind of like a Christmas skin concept. I like it.
Everyone's going to be like, why are these not at skins next year now? But
I really like, there's something about the like lamp light.
Yeah. That just like gives you a direction or something. Yeah, I like that. I also like the snowy tattoos on the face too.
Yeah,
just the hidden artwork of the makeup in between. I am no way near an artist. I'm really bad at describing these things. I'm like, I like it or I don't, and it's just me. So
my daughter's obsessed with gingerbread men right now. So
Baron. Somebody.
Yeah, she would love that skin.
Next up on the list, I'm going to get it right, is going to be Snow Day. Season's greetings from Scylla.
I love it.
What did she do to Gab?
Yeah.
Poor Gab.
That's fun. There's a lot of personality in this one, I would say, and I enjoy that. It's telling a story. You know, it's like a piece of sequential art.
What happened during the nighttime phase? It got cold, and Gab was doing great farming the lane, and then Scylla's support came up and destroyed him. And
there's somebody else in the corner there.
Oh wait,
I don't know
whose hand is.
I don't know whose hand that is.
Can we zoom in a little bit? No, I think my face is covered though.
Yeah,
my ugly face. There we go. What is that hand? Whose hand?
Apollo's glove. Lord Kaios
is it Apollo?
Says.
Okay,
I would believe it. Oh, he's holding his hands like Apollo shooting.
He is a finger. Yeah, fingers. I was gonna say finger bang because that's all I really used to say was the finger bang.
Yeah, I don't know if we can say that.
Already did. Too late. Moving on.
We should say the artist too.
So that was sorry, I apologize. This was Alexandra9921.
Great name.
I am shiny with Snow Day. Next up is Dark Smiles with Wreck the Hall Fenrir. Looks really good as a badge that in my head.
Yeah,
too.
that would make a great badge.
I see it as a badge option on this one as well. But fantastic Fenrir rendition there as well.
Yeah, I like it. It's very Rudolphy. Mm-hmm. With the glowing nose.
I believe that's 3rd. Am I crazy? 6, 5, 4. No, this is 4th. Sorry. 4th on the list.
Yeah. It would make a great badge. It's very badge coded.
I see badge for sure. Flashing nose, you know?
Maybe an animated badge.
Animated badge. We get fancier, huh? So fantastic artwork there from Dark Smiles. Next up, I saw this one, and this is by Elegant Excalibur,
a frequent chatter who appears to be here today.
And this is a great little scar.
Yeah, a lot of detail here.
It's too zoomed in now.
Oh.
I'm trying to fit it all in. They'll have to do for the most part. But yeah, look at these Scotty and Calder warming by the fire.
That's awesome.
They've got a little sleigh full of gifts.
She does love to slay.
See what you did there, Kilgoon. See what you did there. I made jokes. It's not fine. I mean, mine are definitely a little bit different. But fantastic artwork there as well. I believe
somebody in chat says that would be a really good loading screen. Yeah, I could see that.
I can see that.
Yeah, for sure.
Background loading screen, maybe.
Yeah.
Love the idea of that.
And I think that, like, I don't know. I'm always just like, when I see people in chat and in the community, and I know them as like kind of one thing, and then I'm like, oh, it turns out you're actually secretly an amazing artist as well.
That's really cool.
It's like, that's awesome, dude. That's so. I love when people have these talents that you
just hidden away. Yeah, and you just find out new things. So that is 3rd place with Excalibur Elegant Excalibur with the Cold Winter's Night. Next up is Christmas with Norse Gods. I Love Yom. The Blurred Image is the one. Oh, goodness my. I'm trying to fix this, chat. I'm sorry. Didn't do a great setup of this. But there's a little look at Jormungandr with Sol wrapping around the Christmas tree and Thor and Loki looking on friendly as Fenrir is taking a selfie, maybe? Is it the idea of a selfie? He's just getting in the way as always.
Yeah.
Like pets do.
I like the storytelling in this one again. You have
Yeah.
Loki stabbing Thor in the back. You got Ymir actually creating the Christmas tree out of ice, I think.
I didn't see the Loki. You see
Yeah.
Where'd you see Ymir?
He's in the middle of the tree.
Am I crazy? Oh, he is? Okay, yeah. You got to look really detailed in this one. It's like one of those fancy ones. Cool.
There's layers of flavors here.
Awesome. And Sol wrapping around with all her hair, too.
Yeah. No, I think it's cool. It's very... and I think that, like, if there is a pantheon I associate with the winter season...
It's Norse.
It's Norse,
It makes
right?
sense.
So, I think it was great. Yeah.
All those Scandinavian countries in the cold, too. So fantastic work there from the Blurred Image. And number one is going to be Frostlight Hecate concept from Gelwo.
Oh, another skin concept, it seems.
Yeah.
This one is leaning more into the winter vibes, for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, I definitely like it. I think that, like...
Gives me some vibes of, like, the Afro skins we've done before. And, stuff like that.
And, like, historically, just from a, like, monetization standpoint, the ones that are more kind of generically winter attractive tend to perform better than, like, the really on-the-nose Christmas ones. So would probably do okay for us if we were to make it. But very cool.
Cool. Congratulations to everybody who participated in this and did receive prize. And that's the number one contestant there. Yeah. The number one winner, Gelwo, I believe, with Frostlight Hecate. I can do a quick scan and you can look through anything you want to see here, Kilgit, if there's anything that stands out to you.
Let's scroll down.
I did see a ton of Bacchus.
You're going too fast.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, we got the Snowmangander. Okay.
Snowmangander.
I like the carrot nose.
Well. Yeah. Snow Day Scylla again.
Very cute. I like the art style on that one. Again, I don't know art words, but I like the style.
Me neither. Then there's Poor Krampus, which is a Kurdanos one I will look.
Yeah, because Kurdanos has to act as the mount for Santa.
A lot of
for Santa Bacchus. Yeah, that's funny.
That makes sense. Scylla, you don't see her feet here because obviously she's got these coming up. Yep, makes perfect sense on that one. Then there's Noxmas. Yeah, we'll move on. No Nox here. Christmas Light Artio as well.
Little Christmas.
There was a video that was sent in by Triamat. Yeah.
By Captain Chrono. It's called Triamat.
I'll open this because you can see it here, but there you go.
Wow.
Yeah, someone has taken Tiamat and added Christmas decorations to it, tinsel and lights.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Everyone's like, "Now just put it in the game. It's already done." So
yeah. Well, we would have to make the god first.
That's a good start.
That's cool.
Confirmed. But there's a little look at some Tiamat.
Yeah, that's nice.
Thought it was really cool.
Again, consistently impressed by our community.
Foggy Christmas Eve with Jormungandr. Is that Santa?
He's trying to eat Santa, I think. I don't know.
Santa? I gotta look. I can't even get close enough, I don't think.
Yeah.
It is Santa.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if it was Bacchus or Aladdin maybe thrown in there, but nope, it is Santa. If I could do things correctly.
No, you're good, man.
Dodgy's Snow Day.
Yeah.
As well.
We got
a lot of snow.
We got a Hunbot's Krampus.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if that would make Hunbot's less popular or more popular.
I don't know. What would his ult be? What do they have here? Is this the
Snow?
Snow just coming up?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aphrodite Ice Queen looks very Disney-like.
I was about to say this. It's very
gives me Disney vibes.
Let it snow.
Yeah.
I don't think I can say any more than that, or else we'll get sued.
I was looking at Delta Force there, and then Naughty and Nice Dargy. There was quite a lot of submissions, I believe, through the course of it. Present Soul.
Oh, that's an interesting 3D thing.
Let's do
Dude,
look at Kyle. Yeah, let's see that. Okay, well, let's take a little closer look at that.
That's cool, the way it's 3D staged.
How is that floor not hot? That's crazy.
The floor is lava.
The floor is lava. And then additionally, there's meanwhile in Smite 1,
yeah,
Kuzumbo, Cairo.
Okay.
Bit of a side there too. I do like this tier 1 as well. Siege will save Smite 2, supposedly. We need Siege and we need tier, I guess, for the festive tier. I saw this when I read it as well, which was the very low-key Smitemas. which was Loki getting coal.
Yeah. Okay.
Who would have seen that coming? And then there was Sleepy Bacchus as well.
Yeah.
Saw quite a few people with Fenrir in the window. And a little...
And on the...
I love the mantelpiece too.
Say.
Yeah. Arpwash, all the way. There's Gingerbread Man as well. And yeah, there's tons and tons. Go check out the SmitePrime.com website. You can review all this artwork as well and see some fantastic ones.
Yeah, really appreciate the whole community for participating.
I'll go on for days if I keep going.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff here. And I love the people that just like participated, even if they aren't necessarily like the best.
Why have we not got this one?
No, that's not the one I'm putting.
Which one are you?
I don't know, just the people who do like, smiley faces, ho ho ho, Merry Christmas. Like, cool, dude. Like, thanks for participating. It's nice.
Definitely. Well, that's it for the art show for this time. So thank you so much for everybody who partook. I will definitely get some information out for the winners as well, and they'll be receiving their prizing during the Christmas period or just after.
Yep.
Is the goal on that front. And with that, I believe that's everything we had to cover so far. So it's time for Q&A.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah, you slipped me up. I was like, wait, what? Are we ending early? What are we doing?
Yeah. That'd be cool. So if you get any questions in chat, please feel free to ask them. We'll try and take as many as we can.
Yep.
Wait, was there a Hindu man fan art in there?
Yeah, you submitted it.
Oh, that was just me messing around as a tester. That wasn't...
Yeah, it was there.
Okay. That's why I skipped it. I thought there was another one. I'm like, wait, did someone really do, other than myself, doing a terrible version of myself? I thought there was another one. But yeah. 9 votes. Thank you for the 9 votes, everybody. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Everyone got 5 votes on that, and 9 people wasted them. That's crazy. What have you missed so far? Not much, Sonics. We just reviewed the art competition. Announced there'll be 2 times worshippers over the Christmas period. Geb's Aspect is out. And this will be the last Titan Talk of the year.
Yeah.
That's all we've said so far.
Yeah. Can we get an option to remove versus AI stats from trackers? So, I would say probably not, because we think it's like important that people can make progress on things in quick play, which is, a versus AI queue, and to like invalidate that experience or to make it so people aren't like progressing through it, I think would be a feels bad for players. I understand the people who are like, well, it's not
the same.
Not real numbers. Yeah. It's not the same. But I think that like, I don't know. I think that generally speaking, in Smite, even in Smite 1, sometimes you'd load into somebody who's like rank 10 with 30 stars or whatever, and you're like, this guy sucks at Smite. Like, I was not expecting that. I thought he was going to be the guy that carried the game. When
you see like 20 stars on a character, you're like, oh, this person must know what they're doing. And then you're like, actually, they just one trick. And but I get where you're at with that.
Yeah. Any news with CC buffering? There's a couple questions about this. No settled answer yet. We'll probably leave it as it is through the next update at this point. But we'll kind of reassess how things are looking in the new year. So far, it doesn't look like it's made too much numbers changes, but again, we just want to get enough data to make sure that we, are confident in any changes that we make.
When will we know the first 2026 God? Just when the update drops, or will there be a Titan Talk before the update show? Yeah, we expect to do Titan Talk starting next year. I believe like January 5th is what we just mentioned, so probably around that week is when you'd expect to hear more about what's next coming.
Next update is the 13th, so we'll probably be doing patch notes.
We'll straight back into the flow.
Kind of right back into it. So.
Right back into the flow.
We do have Xbox stuff coming on. I don't know exactly what the sales name is, people that are talking about it, but there will be Xbox stuff coming on sometime next week.
Ku takes damage from Mystical Mail, but not from Sanguine Lash. Is that intended? I will double check with the team, but I'm expecting it is, because I don't feel like it is, but it probably shouldn't. It should probably match, but that might not be the case. I'll bring it up to the team now.
Next year, because it's December 19th today. So
I mean, in theory, we can do one of these 19th of December 2026, and that's next year. That'll be the next show.
No.
It's still
I can't
still
do
the
that.
same.
I can't do
Next
that.
year. We'll see
enjoy
it next
this.
year. You have an option of quick play custom. It's not really. We're not focusing on that right now. I'm putting make a custom game and go. Like,
Yeah, I think that they probably just like the item building way.
yeah, the
Right.
fast
Yeah.
pick'ems.
If you there is a way to have your item building store kind of be like that though.
Yeah.
And I believe new players should be defaulted to that view as new players.
As a standard, yeah.
Yeah. So if you go to I don't exactly remember where it is, but there is like an option in the options now where it's like when you open the store in non-quick play modes, it gives you a very similar presentation of the pick 3.
If you'd like that option.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about an item like Relic Dagger that reduces CD for active items? I think it's possible.
Yeah.
Definitely going to be a balance point for sure if that was to come into the game, but could be interesting.
Yeah, and I think that like active items are also, just because there's so many of them, it becomes it's one of those things that like always runs the risk of either it's OP or it's useless.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, how do you walk that line?
Definitely. I mean, we've seen a lot of Ragnarok's Wake. I feel a lot of conflicting opinions on it from what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
A lot of people going, did you see the Reddit clip of the Sylvanas player?
Yeah, I did. That was great.
Yeah. That was like the best case scenario. Whenever a new item or an ability comes out, I'm like, okay, so what is the ultimate situation? That's one of
Gotta get the clip.
One of the definitely setup ones for sure. However, it's not always consistent because I see some high level players going, yeah, Ragnarok's Wake, it's kind of difficult to use really and not going to be that good. I'm like, okay, like, you know, if it's going to be super meta the whole time.
High level players, like somebody said, like,
Min-max. Yeah.
if you have your monitor turned on, you should never be hit by Ragnarok's Wake, right? Which, if you're a high level player that is good at reacting to the things that are going on in the world around you, sure, because there's a long warm up like time of that. If you are not a high level player, you're going to get hit by a lot of stuff, right? So it's just like maybe it feels more OP.
I'm a big fan of the monster and animal gods. I know you mentioned how unpopular they are. Does that mean we will not be having many next year to prioritize human gods?
No, not necessarily. It just means that we need to make sure that we're blending things together in a way where we're not accidentally doing a long string of unpopular gods, right? Overall, we're going to lean more towards gods that are either highly requested or we have data to suggest that they are more popular, because the better that we can do to like serve the most people more quickly, the better, right? If that makes sense. Like if I can make a god that makes 10,000 people happy, or I can make a god that makes 1,000 people happy, I should probably do more of the 10,000 people happy gods.
Makes sense.
But every once in a while, if it's like every god looks the same and I need to mix it up a little bit, then yeah, you mix other things in. Will we ever get more strength plus mana items? I don't know, probably. What are the chances of us doing crossovers while still in beta? I mean, I think that it's always a possibility. I will say it is just they're a big undertaking, right? So if we were to do that, it's a trade-off, right?
Yeah.
It's like, would we have to re-examine our other content to be able to squeeze it in? Almost certainly, right?
Yeah.
So
Other content may stop for us to potentially have to do that sort of thing, right?
And then if it's a miss, then have we just screwed ourselves to do something
that we thought would be useful potentially, or people would appeal to wanting the crossover.
Yeah, and I'll also say, like, crossovers are still, based on, our most recent data, crossovers definitely still have an impact, but I don't think that they're necessarily like the silver bullet that they were when we first started doing them. I think that, like, kind of every game just does crossovers now.
Yeah.
And it's not really that interesting to get new people to come in and check out your game.
As it once was, right?
Yeah, unless it's something like just weird or different, right? Unexpected, right? I think that like things like V Shoujo, I think reached a different audience that hadn't been tapped by this, like by a crossover before, right? I think that like Slipknot again was like, this is kind of weird, this is interesting. it taps an audience that like maybe didn't think about this kind of thing before. But if we're the 800th game to do Star Wars or whatever, right? Like, does anybody care, or do they get their Star Wars fix somewhere else? And the fact that it's in Smite, they're like, okay, whatever, right? Like, I think that we were seeing more of that as time went on, and I would expect it's even more so that way now. Have we thought about making a humanoid skin for a monster god after release? So generally speaking, most skins need to respect the character's base, like base skeleton, their rig and their animations. We make some changes for skins. Some tier 5 skins we make more changes. Tier 4 skins will change a few animations, but generally speaking, it needs to stay somewhat close to what the base character is. We also don't want people already complain that our skins vary too much from the base gods sometimes.
Sure.
And if it's like, you go from a quadrupedal monster to, sexy lady, people would be like, this, I have no idea what I'm fighting, right? Like, there's a level of acceptability. And I think people are willing to accept some of that for like crossover stuff. Like some of the crossovers we went a little bit further than we normally would have in terms of silhouette break because it was just cool.
Kind of risky as well, I guess, in the sense of like you turning the whole model into a human and the extra work that goes into trying to do that for like all the animations and stuff too, the rigging, to then maybe not be that successful either or be efficient in any way, like people being interested in it.
On the flip side, do the monster-fied version of human gods do well, such as Pendragon King Arthur and Meowie Maui? So I would say I do not. Monsterified, sure, you can say that. Generally speaking, people love anything dragon.
Yeah.
Right? So if, potentially if there was a conventional, like Kukulkan is technically a monster, I guess, but he's always been very popular, right? Because the dragon is an appealing concept that I think kind of extends beyond a lot of the weirder monster stuff that that accounts for most mythological creatures, right? Meowie Maui, I think, falls into a different category, which is like the cute meme character, right? It's more like the food skins, if I had to, draw a comparison. And so it's appealing for a different reason. But like, so like dragon versions of characters have always sold well because dragons are cool. Like they're publicly perceived of as like, this is a cool thing, right? Like cat versions of characters have sold well historically because they are perceived of as like, this is a meme funny thing, right? I will say that where we have missed the mark, skin that I loved but nobody bought, the Mouse Neath skin. Do you remember this skin?
I do remember the Mouse Neath,
Yeah, I think that it was too just like, that's a skin. Like generally speaking, things do well when it's either like, it is an attractive take on a character, it is that character but cooler, or it is a meme funny version of the character. And I think that like Mouse Neath was a nice skin. I really liked it on a personal level, but it didn't really fall into one of those buckets. It was just kind of like, she's a mouse, duh. Yep. And it was like, okay.
And Neath also has tons of skins too to choose from, which always makes it trickier.
Yeah.
I'll semi-answer this because the person keeps it and say, what are the minimum poll results needed for us to start seeing all new gods in 2026? None. Whether you give us that or not doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to guaranteed happen. We are going to investigate it, but there's no guarantees that if people all vote yes on a poll result that says, would you like a new god in Smite 2, that means it's definitely going to happen anytime soon.
Do I think the San Jose Sharks have a chance to make the playoffs? Maybe. I did not think this going into the season. They were like one of the worst teams in hockey for like the last 3 years. But
I'm not gonna lie, I thought you were talking basketball.
No, hockey.
That's what
San Jose Sharks hockey.
Yep. Should have known.
All the young talent though really come together this year. Macklin Celebrini, dude, kid is killing it. And they got sorry.
No, you're good. My hockey knowledge is like Wayne Gretzky. Yeah. Like it's really limited.
Yeah. Anyway,
but he's popping off.
Yeah, dude. He's like 19 and he's just like insane. Cool. I still don't think that they're gonna win the cup or anything, but it went from
It's been a nice ride.
it was just like this team is probably going to win 10 games this year to like they're like at 500 or maybe they're a little over 500 and it's like they came back from being down like 4 goals in the third period the other day and it was just like nobody does that. What the hell's going on? Yeah, anyway. Add more voodoo gods. We only have one. There is another one in Smite 1. Her name is Mama Brigitte. You can go check her out in Smite 1 if you want to. At some point, she will make her way to Smite 2. I think that like we're always open to the idea of doing more gods from a pantheon in the future. The question is always just like, what's the coolest god we could do from that pantheon? Kind of, we talked about this in the last show, but going back to the idea of like, who kind of has the name recognition and would look really cool on a box, right? Where it's like, I see this and I want it, right? And I think there are some candidates in the voodoo pantheon, but I think that like, there's not a clear next best option to me, from what I'm aware of right now. Some of the designers might have a character that I just don't have at the top of my mind right now. The coolest god we could do is Medjed. We have made many semi-serious jokes about doing Medjed over the years, but that would definitely be a meme god. Zoroark, you got modded out, but I just want to say I'm glad you're doing better, man. And I'm thankful that we could do any small thing to help you.
Yeah, sure. Zoroark, listen, like chin up. Yeah, life can get tough at times, but I'm glad you're finding your way through. Yeah.
Sure. Streets are saying Medjed 2026. I don't know about that one, but it was. There was one point in time.
Who's Medjed? I don't know Medjed.
Medjed is an Egyptian god who is the smiter. So that's the meme. He looks like a stereotypical like ghost with a sheet over, kind of ghost with like laser eyes.
I've got a computer right here. Keep going. I'm just like
And at one point in time, there were a lot of different scenarios for what like the last year of Smite 1 was going to look like. Yeah, that's it.
We were going to do this? We were thinking
about
doing this?
There's some other drawings of him that are slightly more appealing. But
what's not appealing about this? Get some fine legs, a little bow.
He doesn't have legs in every version.
Does the skin just change the bow and the legs? Is that what would happen there?
He would just be different little ghosty boys, I guess. I don't know.
So it's the Book of the Dead. Okay.
Yeah, he's like Laser Eye Ghost from the Book of the Dead.
Okay. I remember. Today I learned. We were considering this at one point.
Yeah. So in the there were some pitches for what we were going to do in the last year of Smite, where we kind of knew for a while that Newt was going to be the last like really big full scope god.
Yeah.
But we had talked about maybe we do some gods that we could do lower scope but could still be fun, right?
Yep. Pair of feet makes sense to me.
And Medjed was one of the ones we discussed. The discussions never really got that far. We never had like a kid or anything, but we definitely have talked about him somewhat seriously because it was a god that we could achieve with a smaller team that we thought we could make cool.
I do think it's funny that the Newt came out at the same time. Newt came out as the last one, but also Law Lady's voice was it, and it kind of all tied into the whole history of Smite as well.
It was good.
Fantastic.
It was a good bow on things. I think that there were, like I said, there were some other pitches that, you can say they would or wouldn't have been better overall, but this is, it's the way we went. So
the result screen feels empty without the Cyclops. God, that's a throwback to Denton. Good old Denton back in the day.
So all of those animations have not been ported over to Smite 2, and that was a decision that was made very early on in development. So we would just need to go back and do a lot of very long, complicated animations. And if they use extra props, all of those props would need to be ported over and be retextured. It's a very large ask. I know there's a lot of people that like the post-game animations, but I don't see a clear path to getting them in any reasonable amount of time without, jeopardizing some of the other stuff. Is there still a chance we'll see the Brazilian Pantheon in Smite 2 in the future? I'd say, yeah, there's definitely a chance, right? I have my big slideshow of all of the god ideas that have come up, and some of them are less likely to occur. Some of them are more likely to be occur. It's like hundreds of slides of different pitches that have been made over the years for gods. And the Brazilian Pantheon stuff definitely is on there. There was some really good community input on what would be cool Brazilian gods earlier this year. Will it be the next thing we do? I don't know. We aren't really settled on where we go. But there was a lot of cool ideas. Name the pantheons left to port. What pantheons have we not done? So we haven't done Slavic.
I'll bring up the SMITE 2 wiki that you can all find out about too.
So I know we haven't done Slavic because we haven't done Chernobog or Baba Yaga, right?
Correct.
We've done...
If I click this.
We haven't done any...
SMITE 2 wiki, by the way, for anyone interested. So we've got
we've
Arthurian,
done Arthurian, we've done
Celtic,
we've done Chinese, we've done
Egyptian,
Egyptian,
Greek, Hindu, Japanese.
Korean's new.
Yep.
We've done Mayan. We've done Norse. We've done Polynesian. I was trying to think of like the single god pantheons or the smaller ones.
Yeah.
You're looking at SMITE 2.
I was.
So,
okay. So I can go to SMITE 1 as well and find the difference.
The only thing I can think of that we're missing, I don't think... No, we don't have any Babylonian gods, right? Because we don't have Tiamat, Gilgamesh, Ishtar. And those are only 3 Babylonian gods?
I want to say that's the case. Okay, here's my one. Yes, 3. You were correct.
Yeah.
So we are missing Babylonian, Gilgamesh, Ishtar, Tiamat. Yeah. Celtic, we got some Chinese, we got some Egyptian, we got some...
Oh, and Great Old Ones. Great
obviously.
Old Ones. Yeah. Forgot about Cthulhu.
Little hint there. I think that's all of them. We got a Pele in. Yep.
Yeah.
Already, but missing Maui. Real bad. Yeah. Slavic gang, as mentioned.
His jump is a little bit interesting, technically.
On who, sorry?
Maui.
On Maui. Oh, right, because the swinging tech, yeah.
That's very weird.
Trickier.
People are joking about different gods now, which is great. What about Sardinian folklore? We have many interesting figures that will fit well in the game. I always love it when people approach us with like new pantheons that maybe we haven't thought about. Mm-hmm. I don't know anything about Sardinian folklore. I couldn't tell you.
There's a lot of mythology and like history through the years as well of just so many different nations.
But I think that like kind of going back to what I was saying earlier, the main criteria for what makes us want to do a god, right, is from a design side, it's like, do we have a cool idea for a kit that would make them unique, that, you know, is something that would be fun to play and fits new into SMITE 2? From the art side, will they look good on a box?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Do we have a visually distinctive design hook for them that we think would be compelling to people? And then generally speaking, we consider like the name recognition of the character. And just because they aren't name recognition doesn't mean that we won't do them,
sure.
But it can help. What are your thoughts on making casual draft conquest with duplicate gods and no bans? What is that then? If there's duplicate gods and no bans, how is that a draft? That's just
draft mode? That's the only thing that's there.
You
draft, but you're not banning anything,
and you can pick duplicate.
You can pick duplicate gods anyway.
I don't understand. I'm curious.
Even
why.
then, like just breaking down the amount of queues as well. We've discussed this. It's very similar to like discussing when people discuss Slash or Clash.
You play against, so you can counterpick. I think that you should play ranked if you want to do this, because I think that this is.
It's the next step up from just the casuals. I do get the request though of like casual draft picks and being able to counterpick against people. I understand that.
Yeah.
But I do agree with like the. I'd feel less bad about it if there wasn't enough options to queue with people in ranked anyway, so you can still play with friends and stuff. I've released aspects, any of them under review. I think they're all technically under review consistently from the team. I know some are being looked at for improvements, overhauls consistently, as you've seen with some of the ones that have already been released, and then new ones still being created for characters that haven't got one yet.
Why can't you pick 2 of the same god on different teams in ranked? Yeah, that is the one difference between the proposal. But generally speaking, I don't think most players really like mirror matching is not something that we have a lot of data that says that people enjoy mirror matching, right? It's more just when a new god is popular, people want a way to be able to pick the god, so it's available. And we also, for a lot of the queues, it's they're more supposed to be more like, not that like Casual Conquest is a super beginner queue, but it's more of a beginner queue than Ranked Conquest, right? You don't want people to get into a place where it's like, I can play, 2 hunters or whatever, right? And it's like my hunter that I want to pick gets picked away from me, and that's like I don't know what to do, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hatmaster mentioned about replay system in the next couple of years. Would love to see some cool cinematic shocks, but it's hard with the replay system. There is slow movement on replay system, but it is really slow going. Long term, that would be a goal to bring the replays back and have the ability for you to get in games. Obviously, with Spectator and stuff like that, with Smite 2, there was already an underlying like ideas there of you're an 11th member in the game, so you can spectate live. There was no delays and stuff, but they come with knock-on effects too. So it's not something that's going to immediately happen overnight, but it is a long-term goal for sure.
Yeah, I think that like, don't quote me on this, but I think that like Valorant just added replay, like being able to look at your
watch your replays,
your replays, and that game's been out for
a while. It does take time
with a lot bigger team and more money than us, right?
And there's definitely things with like Smite 2 currently that I'd like to see like change in the future for us to really implement and go further with Spectator and Overhaul, but that's just more work in progress stuff, being real with you. It's not something that'll ever end, really. How much does Hindu think he clears over Geb plays? I don't. I just enjoy playing Geb, and it depends on the day of the week.
And don't forget, play Geb Aspect today.
Yes, he's really good, actually. I enjoyed him. I definitely broke him in playtests, and then we fixed him, which was good. So you didn't get to all get abused by Geb in those. But it's quite enjoyable from what I can tell. Definitely a different spice. I'm interested more when Newt comes out and you actually run the double. In the dual lane with them of support Newt and Geb carry as well.
And we so people are like, why do we have to wait a whole week for Newt's Aspect? Why do we do it in this order? So we did do these in kind of a weird order. Like normally we would have done Newt Aspect first and then Geb Aspect.
Yeah.
But because of the holidays, Geb Aspect is the one that has, knock on wood, the most things that are likely to break.
Potentially go wrong.
Of the 3 aspects in this update.
Yeah.
And we didn't want to release the thing that had the most likely chance of having something go wrong on the day after Christmas or the day after New Year's when there would be fewer people around to address it. So we did switch up the order a little bit from what we initially planned so that we would have technical support around if things were going wrong. So far, I don't think there's been anything that's gone wrong, knock on wood.
We say there's 3 Reddit threads already.
Yeah,
Look at what's going on.
I haven't seen anything. Like, designers might be aware of something.
But with the 3 that are coming out, Kukulkan, Newt still to come, and obviously Geb today, the idea was to make sure there was stuff coming out over the Christmas period for entertainment's sake, first of all, but also make sure we hit a window of us being able to check in on those and not put something out that could potentially cause a lot of problems in the game and we don't have the team to fix it. So do it that way.
Have we ever considered adding abilities that scale off of max health, or maybe as an aspect? Yeah, we definitely have considered that. I know that we have some items that scale things off of max health, like the damage on Cersei's Hexstone scales off of max health. So we definitely have the tech to be able to do it. It's just a question of when is it the right time to work it into a character's kit. Apollo already does this in aspect. Hey, look, we've already done it. I didn't realize, but yeah. Loki passive scales off max HP too, I guess. Hey, there we go. Thanks, chat. How many brand new gods are we actively working on? I don't have the exact number off the top of my head.
It's the same people asking the questions trying to get you to trick into like how many are you working on? What are the names?
The other thing is that like, how do you define actively working on?
Sure.
Because I have animators porting animations and making the new animations, because there's some new animations for every god, the way we've done things, like potentially like 6 months out. I have other departments that they're like, what's the god coming out next week? I need to start on it.
Yeah.
So it kind of depends on where you are in the pipeline. Some things are really far ahead, and some are far enough ahead that what they do, even though we think it's going to fall at a certain point in the schedule, could get delayed, and we have enough time to do something else and slot it in to be sooner. I have, in terms of like programming, design, we usually work about like maybe 3 months out, roughly speaking. So I guess that'd be about 6 gods that are in some stage of something, at least getting stood up. But yeah, I would say that's very roughly what we're looking at.
I was thinking that my overall game experience is better if my early game is better, even if I end up losing. Then I won't feel like I did terrible because the early game was good. My overall decision-making and likeliness to help my teammates out is better too. I'm offering this as advice and maybe adjustments around the early game. Thank you, guys. Yeah, honestly, being real with you, the one thing that happens in a lot of Smite games, and this is going to sound crazy to you, but everyone plays the early game. Everyone plays the early game, and I do think the early game can really dictate how the game feels to you when you get to that mid-late game. I know the team is already looking around what happens early game, but you can't have it be one-sided where there's always a comeback potential, but you can't be one-sided where there's no comeback potential, but you also need some comeback. And I do think Smite 2 has done a really good job through the year of adjusting the amount of opportunities of like, well, we may have lost everything, but there is still hope if I use my Ragnarok's Wake and steal the Fire Giant, I do think the early game is the one part of the game that everybody plays the most.
Yeah, I would say there is an art, a skill to learning to let yourself be carried. You are not going to have your best game in every game.
You will go 0-10 some games.
You will go 0-10 some games. Yesterday, I had 2 games. I played solo. I used to be a very good solo, but I haven't played as much solo in Smite 2. And I went 0-3 in the first 5 minutes of both these games. And then, you know what I did? I took a deep breath.
You sat in a tower?
I sat under tower and I farmed my ass off. And I never fell more than 2 levels behind because I'd fallen 2 levels behind by dying so much early on. And I just kind of sat there and I farmed. Yep. And then when there were team fights, if I thought I could help, I rotated over to help.
Yep.
And we ended up winning both of those games, right? And the guy who was facing off with me, who had gotten way ahead, yeah, he was stronger in the team fights, but I wasn't so far behind because I didn't tilt off the face of the planet.
Yeah.
I was able to at least be helpful and stay in it and do something. And my team was able to win, and I was able to be carried. Right?
There is players in the game that will do really well in the laning phase, but when it gets to the team fight or grouping stages where you need to be around objectives and with your team, a lot of people struggle because positioning in those situations can really change. Who your focus priority is, where your position is in the team fight, what is the opposition going to be trying to do in these team fights and try to work around what your team brings. It's always got so much complexity. Like I was saying about Smite, it's a chess game in a weird way, but the pieces are always changing, but the board stays the same. So you're always trying to work out what is correct and what isn't. So the longer the game goes on and you get to those weird matches where you're dancing at Fire Giant because everyone's full build and you're just waiting for that one fight that can really change it compared to the laning phase that everyone is so used to.
How many gods do we have now? We have 70?
70. You're going to do permutations of how many different...
I was just going to do 70, choose 10. So... If you say, and I'm not counting aspects, right?
Sure.
But if you just do 70, choose 10, saying the 10 unique gods, right? So a ranked game, I guess it would be.
Yep.
There's I don't know, 400 quadrillion different potential matches or something that can be made.
So every game's going to be different.
There's not commas, so it's hard for me to read the number because it's so big.
For sure. And you can always take into account that some gods aren't meta, so you won't see them as much, but there's always a permutation of those being available to be picked. That's kind of the fun part of it.
My phone looks like a Pokedex. Maybe?
A little bit. It's red.
Bit, yeah.
Red is red.
Are there any new games coming that you are looking forward to?
I want to say there was one, but I've not got the Steam open, so I can't remember what it was.
Oh, I'm going to look up one real quick because I forgot the name of it because I just found out it existed yesterday. But there's this guy who makes Metroidvanias. His name is Kyle Thompson. And he made Crypt Custodian. It's probably the one that most people might have heard of. He also made a game called Islets, Islets, and a game called Sheepo. He announced a new game that's coming out next year called Well Dweller.
Okay.
And I just love his games. I think that they are chef's kiss, the finest Metroidvanias. So I'm looking forward to Wield Thor.
I will say there's one on my list that's in early access still, and I've still not got access. This is not a plug, but if you're listening, any of you, that'd be great. Anvil Empires, have you heard of that game at all? Do you know Foxhole?
I do know Foxhole.
So Foxhole's a made up World War II
Yeah.
game in a weird way of like two factions competing, and everything is built by the players.
I think
the whole way.
You remember Nick? He used to work here. Nick Earl?
Yeah.
I think he plays
Yeah,
Foxhole. Yeah.
I was really big on Foxhole for quite a while, but you build everything in the game from the manufacturing of the bullets all the way to the front line. However, Anvil Empires is the same studio, but they're doing it in medieval times. So it's castles and farming and stuff like that. I'm super
cool.
excited about it.
Yeah.
It's basically you farm and make your horses to ride into battle and then siege towers and castles and stuff. So that's the only thing on my list. I don't even know when it's not even got an announced date yet, but still been keeping an eye on that development as time goes on.
I'm gonna soapbox for a second about something I shouldn't.
Do it.
High Guard. Have you seen the discourse around?
I saw some of it, but I've not kept full track of it.
There's been just a lot of I think overwhelmingly kind of unwarranted negative reaction to this game.
And what's the reason for the negative reaction?
Because it was the final reveal at the Game Awards.
That's the reason. Yeah.
And this is why the only reason why I'm talking about this is the world of video games is you set expectations and then you meet or achieve those expectations.
Yeah.
Right? If they had not been the final game trailer at the Game Awards,
what would people's reaction
I think
be?
people would have been giving them a lot more yeah, there's a lot of hero shooters, whatever, but
Sure.
I'll at least see what it is, right?
Sure.
Because it's probably going to be free to play, and chances are everybody's probably going to at least try it for a round. And if it's good, it'll do well, right? That's kind of the way free to play games work. If you have a big enough budget to be at the Game Awards, because people are going to hear about it, right? So people are like, oh, the character designs look generic, yada yada yada. I think that matters, but I think that I feel like we don't even really know that much about the game, other than it's a hero shooter with some movement stuff that looks kind of Apex-y.
Yeah.
And you ride horses like paladins, and you siege bases like paladins. It looks very paladins-y, if I'm being honest. But
I saw a few other people tweet about it. I wasn't going to bring up the Paladins reference, but I saw people mention it too. Yeah.
Games learn from each other, right?
Definitely.
I'm not hating on it at all. I'm curious to see what it turns out to be, because I feel like I don't even understand what the game loop is, other than it's people shooting each other.
MOBA came from, back in the day, Warcraft 3 mod, it's just where MOBAs originate from. It is 2:02 though. That actually flew pretty quick as we were talking about random stuff out of our games. So I guess it is time for one more question of the year too. Crazy.
I know. It's sad. I enjoy doing this, but we've got to.
It is great hanging out with chat, answering questions. Yeah. It gets a little old getting the same question over and over again because nobody really.
That's why sometimes I pick the fun questions. You know,
it's great to hang with the community. I hope you all have a wonderful festive period, even if you don't celebrate Christmas. And the winter period is nice to you, and for New Year too. Yeah. We'll just mention that real quick. Favorite god that got added in 2025. I'm really hyped for early next year.
For early next year, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Just because there's a god on that list where I'm like, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry for the little spoiler there, but yeah, I'm excited about it. This year, who did I get excited with? I was surprised by how much I enjoyed Ganesh, funny enough. I was expecting to not enjoy it as much, but Ganesh aspect was pretty fun. And Hecate for me was a surprising one. I'd never played it when we first released SMITE. I wasn't really
not last year. That was year before.
I know, but I'm still going to mention I discovered her this year, really.
I was trying to remember.
And support, she's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Underrated.
I was trying to remember if we did Pele this year or if that was
I believe
last year. But
maybe it was this year.
Pele is the god that I just never played in SMITE 1, that I'm just suddenly I love this god and I play it all the time in SMITE 2. So it's been a lot of fun. Obviously, I also am a Sylvanas person. So.
Pele was December 24th.
Oh, rip. Well.
Last year.
I guess I'll just say Sylvanas, then it'd be boring.
Sylvanas was a good one, though.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I got to pick a question here. Oh, that's a tough one. I don't know if I can answer in a short term. Favorite Christmas movie? It's a fun final question before the holidays.
It is a fun final question. I mean, mine kind of goes to the Home Alone series because I'm really old.
Great.
It's kind of a real throwback.
It brings you. It brings
every
nostalgia.
time I've watched Home Alone and go back to the old man that's kind of watching over him weirdly and is supposed to be evil, gives you the same idea of what it is like to get old. You know, go from that sweet guy to just old and look scary. And no, I'm still sweet.
And then the second one, he's got the pigeon person, right?
Yeah, the pigeon lady.
Yeah.
Scared. I mean, to be honest, if you see someone stood in the park with a load of pigeons from where I'm from,
that
is kind of the expectation there.
Chat's saying A Christmas Story, which is a very good answer. You'll shoot your eye out.
There is.
My favorite part is when Santa is like kicking the kid down the slide, going ho ho ho. That's great. Anyway, great movie.
The only other thing I've got is Dinner for One. If you've ever seen that,
I've not seen Dinner for One.
It's not a movie. It's a short TV show that a lot of Scandinavia really loves. Sweden especially.
Okay.
Dinner for One. It's a little clip show set back in like 1948, like in 50s time. But it's about an old lady who's having dinner with her servant, and the servant impersonates all the guests because all the guests are dead.
Okay.
Because, she's just old.
Yeah.
But very, very, very comedy focused little skit that's available. Check out Dinner for One.
The other one I was going to say, Chad is also still debating if Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie. It's a Christmas movie.
But the other one I would say, I think Love Actually.
Yeah.
So good.
It's kind of a throwback one. Yeah. That's also one on the list. Gang, thank you so much for joining us for Titan Talk. For the whole of this year, if you tuned in for more than one, if this is your first one, thanks for joining us today. Have a wonderful time off with your family, a bit of vacation time, and hopefully we'll catch you all in the battlegrounds. Gil, anything to say?
No, it's been a great year. I feel like we're ending strong. Hopefully we're able to carry some momentum into next year.
Yep.
And people are excited for what we have coming down the pipe. A lot of fun stuff we're working on. Can't wait to tell you all about it.
Yep. Reminder, Geb out today. Next week, Newt will be available, followed by Kukulkan aspect the week after that. Keep an eye on the worshippers and the sales that will be on or already started during the Christmas period. In the interim, if we don't see you, we'll see you in the battlegrounds. See you all in 2026. Goodbye.